Hey, what's up, folks? This is James. I am an outdoorsman.
And Ben, I'm a gamer, but together we are both nerds that make up the twin engines of destruction.
And today we're going to be reviewing Obi-Wan Episode 3. It is getting good.
Oh yeah, we're both wearing a little bit of red, hinting maybe a little bit of Sith influence on this episode. You just have to stick around to find out.
So pull yourself a chair, get yourself a drink, preferably get the drink first, then sit down, and join us. So once again, cheers, buddy. Cheers. Let's go ahead and review Episode 3.
Let's get it. We got a lot of good in this episode. We got a cool looking planet. We got suspense. There's some really good moments of tension. We got a really cool... There's a lot of moments of tension, actually. We got a cool new droid. Love me cool new droids, baby. Just keep on bringing on the cool new droids. I'm loving it. For sure, one of the things I liked the most about this one is I start liking the third sister better. Reva, the third sister, I really enjoyed her in this episode. And thank God, because I didn't in the first two at all. So this was a complete turnaround there, so I really enjoyed that. We get Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Like, how can, like, that's all I needed.
Yeah, and he's not fucking around either. Like,
No.
I mean, he came in ready to, he came in and he was like killing people just randomly.
Yeah, just for fun.
I mean, and that's dark for Disney Star Wars. He's like snapping a kid's neck. Like, wow, that was cool.
Yeah, dude, and then we get a lightsaber fight.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was good. It was great.
I really enjoyed it. Like you said, you nailed it on the head earlier with the whole, like, you could see the plot progressing. You could see it's going forward. Because for like 4 episodes with Boba Fett, we're like, nowhere. Okay, well, where is this going?
And then it turns into the Mandalorian.
Yeah. So at least this one, they're going up from point A to point B to point C. There's developments with Obi-Wan and Leia, with the Inquisitors. Vader shows up.
Yeah. I
like that. There's a progression. It's amping up the stakes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it, like you.
Yeah.
Of course, because we're reviewers, we always find something in a look that we don't like, and we're just going to bring it to the forefront. And a lot of times it's like pointless little things, but of course, we're just trained to be, nitpickers. But, there's a couple of things that bug me, but overall, I'm enjoying the series more than I thought I would.
So one of the first major things that I liked in this episode, again, is this kind of like, they're teasing us with Qui-Gon, right? Like, Obi-Wan keeps mentioning him, he keeps talking to him, trying to talk to him. It's like seeing a Christian, like, praying to God and, like, hoping he's going to appear in front of his eyes. And they're, like, baiting us with that. They're teasing us with it. Because I want to see Liam Neeson back so bad. So they're kind of teasing us with this. I was telling my girlfriend while we were watching it, though, I know they're not going to do it. They're going to hold out. I mean, why would you? Don't give us that too early. They're going to make us wait to like the second or last. I think they're going to make us wait to like second to last episode. If not the last episode.
The last episode.
Yeah. And then we'll get some Liam Neeson. So that's exciting. I always love that. I liked the interactions a lot with the Inquisitors in this episode. Reva talks to Darth Vader. Darth Vader's like, hey, you can get this new promotion if you just do the right thing. I'm going to be super happy with you. And I was like, fuck yeah, that's super dope.
Yeah.
And then we get the 5th brother who's like, no, that position's mine. Like, I'm vying for that. Like, and we actually see him. He's got some balls. We see him like use the Force and like force her down. And he's like,
oh yeah, you ain't gonna sit there,
Yeah, you're not just gonna sit there and talk smack about me and just don't think I'm not gonna do anything about it. So I'm really liking that tension, that inner tension between them. I even like that other Inquisitor who we have no idea who she is.
The 4th sister or something? Yeah, she's just like off in the corner.
She's cool though.
She's gonna be the first to die. That when it comes to all 3 of them, like she's gonna be the one that bites it first, and then it's the other 2. But yeah, you can tell she already has like the first one to die written all over her forehead.
And see like them interact with each other, see how their power dynamics work and all that stuff. It's really fun. I enjoyed that. We don't get any of the Grand Inquisitor. Because he killed... Didn't she, like, stab him at the end of the second episode?
I mean...
We don't know if she... I mean, it's pretty obvious.
He's alive, like, 5 years later in Star Wars Rebels.
So he's not dead.
Unless they cloned him, or...
He's indisposed.
Yeah.
As of right now. So.
I like that Freck, hop on, I'll take you there.
His design was great.
I liked him.
He looked great.
He turned out to be a snitch.
I know. That was such a good... That's such a real thing, though. It's
interesting to see somebody who's going to be post-Imperial. Because that's just the world we live in. There's going to be some people who like things, you know what I mean? Sadly, we can disagree with a certain president, a certain authority, but there's always going to be that person that's like, enjoys them or is trying to like kiss their ass. So I thought that was interesting. And it sucks because he was likable. Even the stormtroopers were like, thanks, Rick.
I totally trusted him.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool, nice. They got a little, like, ride.
Yeah.
That's dope. And then it turns out to be this whole ordeal. And there's this moment of tension where the stormtroopers are questioning him, and you see him unclick his belt, unclick his holster, and you're like, ooh. That was a nice little, fast little...
Yeah.
And then shit hits the fan, and he has to go to work with his gun, and you see some of those, like, Clone Wars skills start coming out.
Yeah.
It's fucking...
Yeah, and not only that,
he took out 4 of them with just a gun. No force powers, no lightsaber.
Yeah, CQC, he was like, you know, and I like this side of Obi-Wan. It's nice to see a Jedi being resourceful and not just like, you know, it's cool to like, you know what, I'm going to get this guy right here and choke out this dude.
I don't even need a lightsaber.
Yeah,
I don't
just
even need the force.
give him some grit, you know? The guy has been living in Tatooine.
Well, that's what I feel like. I feel like, he just reverted back to his war tactics and, like, his close combat tactics. I mean, that was probably... Besides using his lightsaber, the best way to go about that situation, and he killed it. He absolutely killed it. Saved Leia,
and he got Breck. Snitch.
One of the only cons I have with this is still feel like I said earlier, Leia's just a little too mouthy and smart alecky and intelligent-ish. You have this moment of really sadness when she's like, "Are you my dad? Like, you've been hiding something. Are you my dad?" And he's like, "Nah, I wish I was." And you can see like the sadness in her face, and she wants to know who her real parents are. And it's really good. Like, great acting.
Yeah, I was going to say that. She really grew into the role.
Yeah.
Because the first one, you could tell she's reading lines. And this one, it's like, she's showing a little bit more acting. But she's being more, I guess, guided better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's on my likes. Like, her acting's getting better.
Nice.
She's still an annoying kid, but I think that's part of it.
I think we're just biased. I don't think we like kids. Ned B is the name of the droid. The loader droid.
He's like a mute one.
I fucking love his design, and it's very basic. It's nothing too crazy, but it's just very cool. He's just a quiet droid, doesn't talk, but he'll just like crook his head at you a little bit. You know, he can see he still has range for emotion and personality.
Ned reminded me of Big Hero 6.
Yeah,
he's like quiet and
he's
like
got
a
the
big,
two little beady eyes,
chunky dude. Yeah, he reminded me of like if you get Big Hero 6 and kind of mix his like look with like Buzz Lightyear's astronaut look.
Yeah.
Vader, of course, is gonna come in and just be violent, very ruthless, very dark for Disney. I mean, he's snapping a kid's neck.
Was it a kid?
It was like a 10-year. Like he came out of dad. He pulled out the dad and killed him. Then the kid came out, and then he snapped the kid's neck. It's like a 10-year-old kid. That for Disney.
What did you think in that moment though, when you see Obi-Wan kind of have a stroke for a second?
Yeah, I like that. I like that he's kind of It's like as you mentioned earlier. It's like Jedi can sense each other, especially you can imagine when you grew up with someone, when you know someone for years. It's like recognizing someone's voice in the Force. What Anakin's Force signature, his presence was. It's now this distorted, dark thing that it's probably a painful thing to feel. You know.
Oh yeah, all conflicted and full of hate. And pain.
I love that. I love that Obi-Wan's getting these mild fucking strokes.
Yeah.
When he's in the area or thinks about him.
And then I knew it as soon as I saw him do that. I was like, "It's Vader, dude. Vader's
my guy's here."
Yeah. And then you get the Inquisitors hopping on the ship, and then followed by Vader in his cool ass suit, dragging people on the streets, trying to ruse him out, trying to smoke him out by just killing people willy nilly.
Yeah, like trying to get an emotional reaction, like, "Hey,
trying to feel it, trying to feel his reaction in the Force." I would guess that's what I felt like. He was just trying to get that feeling stronger, so he could pinpoint exactly where he was. The one little thing that was weird to me about that scene was exactly how long this is nitpicking, but how long they just stand watching and waiting to look. Obi-Wan and Tala, and this is their escape. They need to get the fuck out of there. They need to leave. This is the whole thing that they're running from. But they're going to take like a good couple minutes just to be like...
looking out the window.
What is he going to do? And just watching what he does.
Oh, he killed a guy.
Oh, he killed another guy. Yeah. And I was like, bro, get her out of there. Like, what are you guys doing? And finally, they're like, okay, take him. I'll draw him away. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Jesus, after like 2 minutes of just watching him. Like, your feelings should have been confirmed the moment you had your little mini stroke. Yeah. That should have been the red flag to be like, get her out of here.
Yeah.
But they're just like, let's just watch for a little bit. Let's just see what happens.
We killed the dude.
Maybe he'll go away.
I did like how powerful Vader is, and how he's like
just one-handed.
Oh man, and Obi-Wan's like struggling to like just hold the lightsaber. I like that. He's this big giant Frankenstein. Sith. I read this in a book a long time ago, and the way they describe Anakin when he becomes Vader is he's a dead man carrying his own tomb with him everywhere he goes. He's this big lumbering, powerful thing. He's a man in pain inside, but he's like a Frankenstein.
That's really neat. That's
you
really
know,
cool.
I mean, he has droid parts, so obviously they're stronger than man's parts. Then the force he doesn't hold back.
That makes a lot of sense.
You know?
I didn't even think about that when I was thinking about him swinging with one arm. I just thought it was just all that rage.
I'm sure
but
it's a mix of both.
Because he has a robot arm. I didn't think about that.
I think it's a mix of both.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
It's strength, but it's like all this anger and force energy and all this stuff. So he's a menace. The guy's a fucking menace. You know,
one of my favorite things about that scene is another thing we've been waiting for in the show is to see Obi-Wan ignite the lightsaber. And he seems so reluctant to do it the entire time. And we're like, why? Just do it. Just light it. I mean, we get it that he's like out of practice and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But you're like, that's Darth Vader. Now's the perfect time to ignite it. But he still holds back. And it's not until this very subtle moment where he hears his voice and he gets scared. He gets spooked. And that causes him to light it up. Like, as if he was just about to get striked or something like that. He was like, oh shit. Yeah. Like, he only was going to pull it out if he absolutely needed to. And something about that just felt very real. It felt like this is somebody who is terrified of lighting this thing up again. Like, he just does not want to. The only way they got him to do it is reflex. Also, Darth Vader uses lightsaber to light the coals or whatever.
And then, you're going to suffer
now. And he just drag and he throws him in, and then he's just like being dragged through the fire,
slow. Like
that was so good.
Super sadistic. Super like it's payback. You know, it's all the way I suffered. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, he's like, you're gonna pay now, dude. And he's like, and while he's getting dragged through, he's like, this is only the beginning. Like, I'm gonna make you feel every inch of pain that I felt, if not more.
Yeah.
And you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This is Disney? Like, this is Disney Plus, bro?
Yeah,
you're dragging a dude through the fire.
I am surprised. Disney always holds back.
They get separated because the fire starts again because of Tala. And then he just kind of stands there and watches. He said, before that happens, he says to the stormtroopers, bring him to me. And then the fire starts, and then he just kind of watches as he gets picked up, as Obi-Wan gets picked up by the loader droid, Ned. And gets taken away. And I'm like, he could have definitely used the Force. Darth Vader has robot legs now. He's half robot. If he wanted to, he could walk through that fire. He could probably put the fire out with his Force powers if he wanted to and walk through the fire. He could probably walk through the fire as it's lit. He could probably put it out with his Force powers and walk through it. He could lift Obi-Wan up on the other side of the fire and bring him onto his side. I feel like there was just way too many options. Like, they should have made Darth Vader indisposed some other way.
Yeah, I found out later.
Like, distracted him or something. But yeah, that was a little. I felt like that was a little bit of a lazy writing there, and like a plot.
Very convenient.
Yes.
Very convenient. One thing that keeps bugging me, and I know this is like purposely done for money reasons, whatever, but Obi-Wan, change your goddamn clothes, dude. Like, he's not even wearing Jedi robes, but they're like reminiscent. It's like the dollar store ripoff of Jedi clothes. Like, it's just, and I get it. They want to keep the iconic look, but dude, you're on the run. Like, I like the way he looked in episode 1. That he had like a blue shirt and a wool shawl. I like that. It's Jedi enough, but it's different enough. You know,
it's reminiscent enough, but it's different.
Okay, that was it for what I thought. The Obi-Wan thing.
Yeah, that was about it. That was my two cons that I can think of. I think I had another one somewhere in there. But it was basically just Leia just being still a little too smart for her own good, and Vader not acting the way I feel like he should have.
I could buy it because he's sadistic, like a cat playing with the mouse. Like, I've waited for 10 years, so now that we're here,
like,
I'm gonna savor that.
I'll let him run off. Let him. He enjoys the hunt. Like,
exactly.
I'm like, I'll find him.
And like we were mentioning earlier with the whole Obi-Wan, like, should have killed him to put him out of his misery. The Sith way is not about putting him out of it. It's about prolonging the pain.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? So I could buy it. I could buy it. But it is stupid when, like, there's a fire, he got away.
And he just watches them. Alright, so just going back real quick to Quinlan Vos, he had his little signature or whatever, his little quote on the walls of that underground Jedi railroad. You had a story to talk about him real fast?
Yeah. So Quinlan Vos is like the only Jedi I love.
Okay.
Amazing character. Wow. I have
high praise.
A ton of books from him. I have more, but this is all I brought.
I'll show them off.
So Quinlan Vos was a very shady Jedi. During the Clone Wars, of course, you had like Jedi being very honorable, generals and stuff during the war, leading from the front. Quinlan Voss was part of like the Jedi intelligence kind of thing. He was a double agent during the Clone Wars.
That's a good image
with his dreads and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this guy was just amazing. He was pretending to work for Count Dooku, like be one of his followers. And Count Dooku would send him on missions to like assassinate people and stuff like that. And he would do them. This guy was walking that dark side and light side. He didn't even know half the time what side he was on. He's a very interesting character. Once Disney bought the brand, of course, they watered him down and made him more like of a carefree Rasta Jedi. You see him in the Clone Wars episode where him and Obi-Wan fight Cad Bane. Very disappointing, night and day difference between the character in the books to this guy. However, Disney does have a tendency to they erase canon and they'll cherry pick elements of it and bring it back to canon. And I think because we're talking about like a Jedi, underground railroad, they're gonna bring a lot of that shadiness. Like he was used to working in the shadows.
Yeah, because that would make sense. He works with the Sith, tracking down Jedis, and then when he finds them, he can get them to safety.
Or just he's got contacts in the criminal underworld.
He's got those street smarts.
Yeah, exactly. That most Jedi don't. Let's be realistic.
Exactly.
So, overall, Ben, what's your rating?
Overall, I'm going to give this episode an 8, guys. Initially, I just wanted to rate it around the same as all the other episodes because it didn't wow me the way I wanted to. Even with Darth Vader and stuff like that, I still felt like the story kind of it's getting there, but it's still pretty just flat. But the second viewing, I really enjoyed it a lot more. I could really see the care and development of the characters and how the story is progressing. And we're going to get to who knows what. I'm excited. I don't know. But I'm going to give this an 8, hoping that in the next 3 episodes, we will get that 9 or 10. And I have a good feeling that we will. So that's mine. What about yours? What do you think?
8 out of 10. Once again, like I said many times before, I'm not a Jedi guy. I can care less. But I find myself enjoying the story. I enjoy the competency that this team is doing, this director's doing. Of course, nothing's perfect, but nothing's perfect even in the original movie. So just enjoy it for what it is. And overall, I enjoy it much better than something like Book of Boba Fett, which is my favorite character of all time. And it was a dog shit story.
The story just fell flat on its face.
So this one's much better. I'm enjoying it. And how you're saying about that 9 and 10 is coming, I definitely feel it coming.
If you liked our little review here, please comment, subscribe to the episode, or subscribe to the channel. We need all the motivation and help and support we can get right now as we start up this new channel and really get going on all of our nerdy little insights on all of these cool shows that are coming out, video game shows, movies, all of it. It's going to be right here, guys. So thank you so much for joining us for this review.
Would you agree with us? Would you disagree? What do you like that we didn't or anything like that?
Yes, chime down below and we would love to have a conversation start and get that going and just chime in every here and there. So thank you guys again so much for watching though. This has been a great little review and we can't wait for next week. Episode 4, baby. What if that'll be the 9 and 10? I don't know. Maybe.
Cheers, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Cheers. We'll see you next week.